All right, gang, and welcome back to Procreate. So, we've been talking a little bit about design here in the later part of this course. So, I thought that we'd answer the question, how do you make a mandala in Procreate? The short answer is very painfully. There's 100 other programs like Amasiograph and such that will do a much better job on the iPad than Procreate. But since you guys came for the pro stuff, let's go ahead and show you how to do it. So, the first thing you're going to do, we're going to create a square canvas because square mandalas work, right? Because they're round. So when you go through, we're going to go ahead and shrink this canvas up a little bit. Now, what we're going to do is in your image, we've included a file. Oops, let's go through, insert a photo. There we go. The photo has a red circle with these lines that are equal to 15-degree spacing. So I'm just going to create a layer so that I can draw on this with you. All right, let's grab the technical pen. That'll be fine. All right, so on this particular layer, the distance from here to here is 15 degrees. Now, it would make sense that we would have an adjustment in Procreate that we could rotate by a 15-degree angle. That's not quite the case, so I'm going to show you the hack around it. We want to divide up into 7.5-degree increments for a total of 22.5 degrees. Now, that's a lot of math. I'm going to show you how to do this easy. You're going to come over here to Canvas, you're going to turn on your perspective guide, and then we're going to come over and edit the perspective guide. So when you do this, we're going to do a single point vanishing point, just like this, so it looks just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and crank these up. Now, each one of these from here to here is the 7.5. So how many of these do we need? We need 3. All right, so we're going to go ahead and clear that layer out. I'm just going to keep my technical pencil here, and now I'm going to use Quicklime. So for this example, we're going to go ahead and create a red line on this layer, and we're going to go right to here. Now, 1, 2, 3. The second quicklime we create will be right here. All right, so think of it like a cheese wedge. All right, let's go ahead and crank that bad boy up just a little bit. All right, so this really forms our basis. Now, this is key. Don't mess this part up. Go ahead here, rename it, call it template. Okay, and then you're going to go through and lock that layer. Lock this layer and create a new layer, and let's call it outline. All right, so the only layer that you should be able to physically move is this outline layer. Now, we're going to keep our technical pen. I'm going to grab just a black. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, and now I'm going to start drawing my design. Okay, you remember back in grade school you made snowflakes for those days, and you made the snowflakes so that you could cut them out and then fold the paper? This is exactly what we're doing here. So I'm just creating part of a pattern, part of the mandala, and then I'm going to have to rely on my ability to see it in my mind's eye here to identify how it's going to look once I replicate this thing a ton of times. And you see how I'm manipulating the Canvas workspace in order to do what I'm doing? Now, I'm going to go ahead and finish this with a couple sweeping leaves here. All right. 1, 2, and let's go ahead and do a third one. Let's call it 3. All right. Now, this is going to save you a ton of time, heartache, and headache. You zoom this in, and now you have to go through and adjust. Let's go ahead and crank that down a little bit. Okay, anywhere there's an intersection, you want to go ahead and take care of this in the micro. So be switching back and forth between your pen and your eraser in order to get good, consistent intersections in this design. If you do this well, it will keep it from being replicated, the mistake being replicated into every other area of the mandala. Some areas where the lines didn't connect. That's okay. All right, so one more. I think I can get a better connection there. More robust connection. All right, so this is where I want to end this video. This is how you set up. Now look at the layer structure. Make sure you didn't mess it up. The only thing that should be on the outline layer is the black. The template layer has that cheese wedge red line on it. So that's what that should look like. And then your lowest layer should have your perspective grid and the template that we gave you on it. All right, folks, let's go ahead into the next lesson and I'll show you how to replicate this.